Great weather, great scenery, and great motorsport action. There's only one place to be this weekend. That's the island of Sardinia for the Rally d'Italia. And the fans are loving it. And as we go into the third and final day, this is what those fans have witnessed so far. They've seen one of the WRC's hottest young talents, Jari-Matti Latvala, take an early lead before discovering how unforgiving these Sardinian stages can be. Marcus Grönholm threatened to take control before he became a victim of those stages too. Leaking fluid from a damper caused those flames, and those suspension problems resulted in him losing the lead. But top of the fans' memories over the first 2 days is another Sebastian Loeb masterclass. He may have struggled on the first morning as he was the first car to take on these slippery gravel stages, but once he hit the clean roads and his rivals hit trouble, he's not put a foot wrong. The Citroën driver's going for his fourth successive win of the season and third win in a row in Sardinia. Grönholm, his rival from Ford, is probably getting fed up of finishing second. On yesterday's stages, he sought to keep the pressure on Loeb, but it was he who hit trouble again. On stage 8, he ripped off his rear bumper, and with it went his spare wheel. This was followed by a puncture which cost him more time. By the end of the day, he was 36.5 seconds down on Loeb.
Still 1 day to go. I'm not giving up, but impossible to catch anyway. Still, I'm driving fast.
Just 55 kilometers of stages today, but Loeb will not be celebrating just yet.
6 stages, but not more. Even less kilometers than we have done today between the two services because the stages are very short tomorrow. So it will be important not to make a mistake in the start of these 6 stages, but now it's normal.
Away from the leading duo, Mikael Hirvonen has established himself in third place, the position he's made his own on the gravel this year. Danny Sordo is fourth, continuing his good form on the loose surfaces, and he has had to work hard for this one. He was down in 10th on day one, but has kept picking off his rivals. To claim fourth, he still had to get past this man, Henning Solberg, who had an advantage of nearly 10 seconds over the Spaniard. But this spin on the final stage of the day would cost him that position. One driver who will not be at the start line today is Luis Perez Companc. This roll on stage 8 put his Munchies Ford Focus out of the rally. So this is the state of play going into the final day. Confirmation of Loeb's 36.5 second lead over Grönholm. Hirvonen is a minute and a half off first place, while Danny Sordo in fourth is 10.3 seconds ahead of Henning Solberg. And this is where we are in the world, in the Mediterranean Sea off the west coast of Italy, just below the island of Corsica, where the Rally de France will take place in October. Today's final 6 stages total only 55 kilometres, but the crews have to complete those without a service stop. So straight back to the action now at the start of stage 13, the longest of the final day at just under 11 kilometres. Mikko Hirvonen is about to get underway. The Finn is in a reasonably comfortable position in third, backing up his teammate well as Ford seek to increase their advantage in the Manufacturers' Championship. All new stages today, and very narrow through here. Gronholm, meanwhile, will again be a frustrated man. Not for the first time, Marcus's efforts in beating world champion Sebastian Loeb have been hampered by bad luck, and with a deficit of over half a minute to make up on the leader, he has a real challenge on his hands if he still has any hopes of victory. Oh, but a mistake from Marcus here. He completely misjudged that sharp right-hander. A fair bit of time being lost as he gets going again, and that does prove how hard he was pushing. He's not happy, and well over 14 seconds gone. You can see why. Here's the rally leader now. It was another dominant display from Seb yesterday with 4 stage wins out of 6. The Frenchman insists he has to keep pushing to keep Marcus at arm's length, but he does almost make it look easy. Let's use virtual spectator now to show how, thanks to Gronholm's overshoot, Loeb's already pulling away on this stage. Well, the Finn is already behind at this point. And you can see he's just far too quick into that right-hander. And as he gets the car facing the right way again, Loeb's disappearing into the distance. That could be the Finn's dwindling hopes of victory gone right there. And we're back on the stage with the rally leader now. Tricky series of crests here. Oh, but what happened there? A double impact on the bank on the left side of the car. A very rare mistake from the world champion. But has he damaged the C4 when he hit that bank? Let's take another look from outside the car. He was just far too quick into that right-hander, and they were fairly hefty impacts. Well, perhaps he is human after all. Well, just when it looked as though most would be free to cruise to the finish, suddenly a reminder that this rough and tricky rally has a real habit of catching even the best in the world out. Henning Solberg, meanwhile, has a battle on his hands this morning. He's attacking hard, trying to regain the 4th place. He lost to Danny Sordo on the last stage yesterday. Henning's been on good form this weekend, but Danny too was in inspired form yesterday. The Spaniard seeking his optimum gravel setup still with the C4, but he certainly seems to be getting close. He too is looking very determined. Let's rejoin Loeb now though, and he definitely appears to be struggling to control the Citroën. And there are some disturbing sounds coming from the C4. He's clearly not comfortable here. He's got serious steering problems and is losing a lot of time. Oh, and he's off. Amazing. Loeb simply doesn't make mistakes, but this could have answered all Gronholm's prayers. He's wedged off the side of the road, and I don't think he's getting out of there. Well, this is certainly unexpected and puts a very different slant on proceedings. He won't know it yet, but Mikko Hirvonen is now fighting for the runner-up spot. Henning Solberg's been the quickest of the top 8 runners so far, so let's see how Mikko will compare.
Ja maali. Mitkä vasen goal.
2.4 seconds quicker. A good start to the day for the 4th man.
Mikko's Sunday on Rally Sardinia. It's all quite big gaps and everything like that. How do you go about that, the concentration?
It's a little bit difficult, but you just need to try to find a good rhythm. Especially for this, that it's quite technical. A lot of corners over the crest, so you really need to be awake. But it would be a lot nicer to really have a big fight and have a maximum attack all the time.
Miko looking calm then, but after that shock departure from the rally for the championship leader, his main rivals closing on the finish line, and may well have noticed from his lack of split times that something's happened to Sebastian. Well, let's compare his stage time right now to his teammates. Marcus has obviously lost a bit of time with that overshoot. Yes, 17.6 seconds slower than Hirvonen, but that won't matter to Marcus. He's about to find out that he's retaken the rally lead.
What happened?
We're just hearing that maybe Sebastian Loeb has stopped in the stage as well.
I don't know because of what.
We have no idea. All of it, just as you were coming into the finish, the computer flashed blue for Sebastian.
Okay, I don't know. We will see.
Maybe his luck's running out?
I don't know what to say. We will wait and see.
Back in the stage, meanwhile, Loeb's already on his way back to the service park via helicopter, leaving co-driver Daniel Eleanor with their stranded C4. A real blow to their championship hopes.
It's a complete new stage for everybody, and it's very difficult. And I arrive too fast on the crest with the right corner and go outside and touch the stone and broke the wheel, and it's finished now.
And here is the confirmation that we have a new rally leader. Marcus Gronholm now the man in first place. Hirvonen is second, 36.1 seconds behind, while Sordo and Henning Solberg are now battling for third. The rarest sight in rally, the #1 Citroën stranded off the road mid-stage. You can hear Loeb's reaction after the break. The big news on the final day of the Rally d'Italia is that Sebastian Loeb is absent from the leaderboard. He has retired on stage 13, the first of the day. And the Frenchman is already back at the Citroën HQ in the service park.
Sebastian, a very unexpected end to the rally. What happened exactly in stage 13?
What happened at kilometer 4 nearly, it was a crest with a right-hander behind, and I had perhaps a bit too high note in this place. It was a new stage, so when I went in the corner, I slid a bit too much, hit a bit the ditch with the rear, but it's put me the front also in the ditch, and then it was a stone, and I broke the something on the steering. Then I continued 3 kilometers. The car was just going, but not so good, and then suddenly it broke completely, so I had to stop.
This is not a situation that you're used to at the moment.
No, for sure it's not a situation that I used to, but it proves that it's not so easy that some people can think to win. With Marcus it's always a big battle. We are fighting on the second every time, and we have to be on the limit for that. And when something is going wrong, it can be a bad moment. So okay, Marcus normally should win today, so he will be again 7 points in front. So I will have to win again a lot of rallies to catch him again. So it's not finished. It will be a difficult championship.
On to the next two stages then, and Marcus Gronholm is already well on his way into stage 14. Of course, it's crucial now that the Finn keeps his head and gets the car to the finish. The 10 points for a win here are vital now for his championship hopes. It's a bumpy, twisty section here, and Marcus needs to stay concentrated. All the stages today are new, and we've already seen Loeb caught out with a bad pace note. Marcus, though, gets through stage 14 in one piece. Further back, Manfred Stoll, like everyone else, has moved up a position following Loeb's exit. The OMV Kronos driver is up to 7th and still has one eye on Tony Gardemeister ahead. He closed a little on him on the previous stage, the gap between them just over 20 seconds. And here is Gardemeister now. The Mitsubishi driver beats Manfred, though, by 0.7 of a second on stage 14, so he is still on course for his second top 6 finish of the year. Ahead of Gardemeister Meister is Petter Solberg. The Norwegian was very fast to begin with on the opening day, but he's not been able to match the leading drivers since. He's on course for a top 5 finish though, and will hope for more improvements from the Impreza in the coming months. Very fast stretch of road here on stage 15, and another look at Sardinia's stunning scenery flashing past. Petter reminds us what he's capable of with the second fastest time on stage 14. Not to be outdone by baby brother, Henning Solberg goes one better on this stage to claim his second fastest time of the weekend. More importantly though, it means he's closed right up on Dani Sordo. After stage 14, just 3.9 seconds separate the two drivers. So on to the 9 kilometers of stage 15, and Dani needs to find a response to Henning's charge here. That's the target time needed to hold on to third place. Can he hang on? Not long to go now. He should be safe here. Yes, he beat Solberg on that stage only by 1.3 seconds though, so the gap is still just 5.2 seconds overall. Mikko Hirvonen, meanwhile, has been in great form today. He's already won one stage this morning, and despite the fact that his position is safe, he's still pushing hard. Another scratch time on stage 15 sees him sit now 33 seconds behind his teammate. For Gronholm, though, it's all about playing it safe. There's little chance of his teammate getting close enough to him to challenge his position, and as he clears stage 15 in one piece, he has now just 27 kilometers to get through to claim his second win of the season. Gronholm's lead going into that final loop of stages is 33 seconds. No service stop today, just a regroup before those remaining stages. Time for Marcus to reflect on his change of status.
Marcus, you're now rally leader.
Yeah, suddenly, yes. I don't know exactly what happened for Seb, but yeah, we are leading now.
Was it a bit of a surprise to you? Were you surprised?
No, a little bit, yes, because normally it's not happening anything on Sunday, but it's quite tricky, these 3 stages. They are not easy. I always push to the end because he is not comfortable and he have to keep the speed up, and then the mistake can come, but normally he's not doing, but this time he made it, so I am always going to do the same, pushing to the end.
On to the afternoon's repeated stages, where this pair of Czech fans are still flying the flag for Skoda, despite Jan Kopecki's retirement earlier in the rally. One man still competing, though, is former leader Jari-Matti Latvala. He put in a stunning display on the opening day and is definitely one to watch in the future. It looks as though he'll fall just short of scoring drivers' points, but currently in 9th, he is on course to secure a couple of manufacturers' points for Stobart. One position ahead of Latvala is his compatriot Juho Hänninen. This is the Mitsubishi driver's 3rd ever outing in a World Rally car, so he'll be delighted to finish in the top 8. Petter Solberg should secure a top 5 finish for Subaru meanwhile. You can see some damage to his car where he clipped a wall earlier, but he gets safely through to the final stage of the rally. To that enthralling battle for the final podium place now, though. And Dani Sordo continues where he left off on the previous test. On stage 16, he sets his first fastest time of the weekend to extend the gap between himself and Henning Solberg to 7 seconds. It's all still very tight, though, as Henning takes on the penultimate test. Both these drivers are clearly desperate to claim 3rd place. And this time, it's the Stobart Ford man who fights back. It's his 3rd fastest time of the weekend. It only trims the gap by 1/10 of a second with 1 stage remaining. Marcus Gronholm, meanwhile, continues to edge closer and closer to his 2nd win of the season. If he can hold on, the Finn will take over the lead in the Drivers' Championship, so these last few kilometres could be some of the most important of the year. This is how it stands then with just 1 stage remaining. Gronholm leads his teammate Hirvonen by just over half a minute, while Dani Sordo needs 1 more push to hang on to 3rd. He starts stage 18 with an advantage of 6.9 seconds ahead of Henning Solberg. So 1 more stage between Marcus Gronholm and a vital 10 championship points. That final stage is coming up after the break. Welcome back to Sardinia, where the final stage of the Rally d'Italia is about to get underway. Marcus Grönholm's led the rally since Sebastian Loeb's shock retirement, but the fight for third still to be decided on this final 9-kilometre stage. Here is the rally leader, and these are tense moments for the Finn. He's just a few kilometres and less than 5 minutes from victory. All very neat and tidy from Marcus, as you'd expect. No need to attack here, just to get the car to the finish. And back to the fight for third now. Henning Solberg's been fired up all day, and his battle with Sordo has certainly been great to watch. Henning, remember, won a duel with Sordo in Argentina, where these two finished 5th and 6th. But here he's chasing the Spaniard all the way for third. Here comes his time on the final stage. 4 minutes, 39.6 seconds. Here's Sordo now, who's 6.9 seconds ahead of Solberg overall. And let's compare their performances using virtual spectator now, as Danny closes on the finish line, and he's a long way ahead. That's the time he has to match to keep hold of the final podium place, and he's definitely done enough here. Yes, a great performance from Sordo to stay ahead. Co-driver Marty congratulates him. Danny's the leading Citroen, taking third place.
This day is very good, pushing a little bit with Henning. It's a very nice day for me, and it's okay. I'm very happy.
Mika Hirvonen has driven well, a consistent and quick performance. The Ford man was second here in 2006 behind Loeb. Assuming he gets through these last few kilometres safely, he'll match that result, and he'll be looking strong in third place on the driver's table. And he claims his 14th podium, second overall in Sardinia.
Miko, that's second overall. That's now a place on every step of the podium this season.
Yeah, it was very good result, and of course in this rally it's a big thanks for the team. We didn't have any problems with my car, and you know, we've been over slowly throughout the weekend, so very good points.
Marcus Grönholm may have inherited the lead, but how many times have we seen Loeb do that? You have to finish to win it. Marcus and Timo Rautiainen are heading for their 27th career win, which will make them the second most successful driver and co-driver in rally history. Second behind Loeb and Daniel Elena, but first, for the first time, in Sardinia. This second victory of the season for the Finn really keeps the championship looking tasty, and the team are delighted.
Marcus, it end of Rally Sardinia. It's a win, and probably more importantly, that's 10 points.
Yeah, it's very good now to take the 10 points, and so when Seb scored 0, so that's very good.
So this wasn't the result we'd been expecting, but what a welcome one for Ford and Marcus, and for neutrals hoping to see a fight to the finish in the Drivers' Championship. Danny Sordo keeps hold of third, and Henning Solberg gets the 5 points for finishing fourth. But the big news here in Sardinia is a second 1-2 finish this year for Ford.
To be honest, after the day we had on Friday and the day we had yesterday, we didn't think we'd end up with this result. But again, I just think it shows that, you know, in this business you can never give up. You've really got to try and keep the pressure on. And you know, Sebastian made an uncharacteristic error this morning, and the great thing is we were there to capitalise. Even though we've had troubles on the event, you know, with both guys were really in there, and we've obviously capitalised now with a 1-2, which is even better.
Since Sweden we have been second all the time, so now I think we and the team deserve it, so I'm quite happy for that.
Do you think the extra confidence that this win will give you and the team will help you through the next couple of events?
Yeah, of course it's a boost, but okay, confidence and confidence. It will always be a big fight with Seb, and it was here also before we had a little bit trouble, so we were behind, and now we were lucky on the third day that he made a mistake, so that's it.
So Gronholm takes back first place in the Drivers' Championship, 7 points ahead of the defending world champion. Hivenen remains third and is now just 4 points behind Loeb. And Ford have pulled away in the race for the manufacturer's crown, 21 points ahead of Citroën. Stobart Ford remained third, now 3 points above Subaru. From Sardinia, the WRC travels to Greece for one of the classics next, the Acropolis Rally. Marcus Gronholm won last year, and there's a full preview of the event on WRC.com. But for now, it's a double celebration for Ford, 1-2 in the rally, and topping both championships. So that's it from the Rally d'Italia. Join us in Greece in a fortnight's time.